welcome back to the channel I haven't named yet as of the time of filming this. This is Pickles. If you've never officially met Pickles, he is a cowboy corgi and he's my little shadow, my little buddy. These are a bunch of chickens and ducks. I have pink eye, so I am aware I look a little sickly. I'm on the tail end of a cold, so bear with me in my voice as it may go in and out. I'm sure this will be the first of many of these with me having no makeup on. We're just gonna be real over here. Yeah, here's my chickens. But yeah, we're gonna clean up the coop today. I have two little pullets that I need to move out here and let them get assimilated into the flock. And it's almost 40 degrees today. We've had such a cold snap lately, so I think today will be a much safer day to do that. But we're just gonna slowly introduce the two new ones the kids got for Christmas into the flock so that these guys don't hurt them too much. I know they have to establish a pecking order, but we try to do it the best we can. So as part of what I want to do today is, this will be the first time you see our chicken coop and run in this setup, is I want to kind of just show you what we did and why I made the choices I did, and just kind of talk you through as I do our quarterly maintenance is kind of what I call this. The first thing I'm going to show you is something I don't just do quarterly. At least once a week. I try to do twice a week. I will move our blowing man. I turn him off because he's loud, but I moved him around the chicken coop, chicken run area. We had some hawk issues, and ever since we got one of these, they're about, I think we paid $140 for him, so it is a bit of an investment. But we have not lost a single chicken since we got it, and I have not seen a hawk in our yard since. I've seen them around, but I used to, like, every morning see them perching on a few different places. So my high quality production setup here, it's just working great. But that's why we have him, and so I'm just going to move him and then we'll move to the chicken coop. One thing I realized I forgot to say about him is that his name is Redmond, but also I have him on a timer so that, and I just leave the switch on him turned on all the time, but I have him on a timer so that he is only turned on for 15 minutes every hour, and I don't think I have him turn on at night. It's been a while since I set that up. But let me show you the chicken coop and then what we're doing next. So this is the coop. If I remember correctly, I believe the measurements are, I don't know, 4x6, 5x6, something like that. I really wanted a coop that I could get into so that it would be easier to clean. And sorry, it's hard to do this with one hand. I don't need one I can fully stand up in, but one I can get into pretty easily if I need to. I also really wanted to be able to hang the food from the ceiling so that it hangs off the ground a bit and is a lot harder for rats and mice and rodents to get into it. And it also helps them not poop in it, keeps it cleaner. I also have 3 roosting poles in here, and they are easily removable so that I can clean them. And there's plenty of room for another 1 or 2 here if I choose not to have the food in the coop where it's safe from the weather. Currently have a light in here that is not a heat lamp, but I did put it in a heat lamp holder, and it is on all the time. I know a lot of people have it turn on at like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. in the winter, but I used my timer for Redmond over here, so I just haven't bought a new timer, so I just leave it on all the time. And the reason for that is chickens lay eggs based on daylight, and in the winter there's much less daylight, they'll stop laying eggs. And so after they're done molting, I put the light in here and it will give them more, quote, daylight, and they will start laying eggs. So another thing we have is nesting boxes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nesting boxes, so it is for sure 6 feet long. And I got some eggs in here to clean those up. So I have 6 nesting boxes. I wanted to be able to have 20-30 chickens that can comfortably fit in here. They're really only in here at night or when the weather's bad. And what's funny is I have all these nesting boxes. They pretty much just use this one and then the one on the end. So this is our chicken run. We have, I'm gonna get up close so you all can see this. We have about 1/3 of an acre in our backyard, and we have this horse style fence that we put, I think this is officially called hog wire, but I'm not sure. This wire on all the way down so that dogs can't get out. People think we did this on top for our chickens, but we did this for our Houdini dog, and guess what? It didn't fully work. But we have that so they can just roam the whole backyard. I will put them up in the summer occasionally if like we're about to mow or we're about to have a party and I would like the rain to wash away chicken poop in my yard or just things like that. But it is super muddy in here. We just had a bunch of snow and then rain, and it has washed away a lot of the wood chips that I've put down. So that's one of the things I'm gonna do today is if my cold allows me. I have asthma, so we're gonna see. I'm gonna try to put more wood chips down here so that it's not so muddy on their feet. And we always put our old Christmas trees in here. They love to roost in them and play in them and hide in them. There's our one from last year, or last year. But this is the duck swimming pool. I'm gonna clean that up and fill it up so they can have a bath. And that's normally propped up against the tree in the summer so that they have some extra shade, but that's what this is. This is how they get in. I have an automated chicken coop door that closes at sunset and opens back up at sunrise, so that they can be locked in there safe and sound. And then that's their water. Currently, this one kept freezing and now they've knocked it over. So I ended up making a little heater and just putting the water on there to keep it from freezing. And I do have to refill it more than I do that one because that one's so much bigger. But it's worth it to not have to bring out warm water and try to break the ice and everything every single morning. So yeah, that is our setup. This is the area I have to lock them into if I need to, and it's still a decent amount of space. This is an apple tree, and it's actually a good relationship for them and the apple tree because they fertilize the apple tree and they will eat the fruit that falls and the bugs that get in that fruit, and in turn fertilize the tree, and they love to sit in the tree and roost in it. So it's worked out really well. You don't want to have a super tall tree because hawks like to sit in it and then get the chickens, but I think with this being a smaller apple tree, I'm not that concerned. But yeah, so as far as what I'm gonna do today, we're gonna clean out the coop, and I'm gonna dump the wood chips and chicken manure into the garden where I planted some garlic. And then I want to put wood chips in there and obviously refill their food and water. So the inside of this isn't as bad. So I'm just going to kind of get the top layer. If you want to make your coop cleans last a lot longer, they make dust that you can put inside the coop, and you can just use diatomaceous earth. It's cheaper. You can get it in a bigger thing. You just need to put it in a duster. But what I usually do is when I first clean out the coop, I'll put a layer on the bottom, and then I will do another layer on the top, and it's not super thick, you can barely see it, but that helps to absorb wetness, stop mold from growing, stuff like that. So that allows me, with the chickens I have, to just have to clean it out once every 2 to 3 months. Usually in the summer I do have to do it a little more, but that makes them a lot lower maintenance. Once a week I'll just kind of dust it in there. I also have, I'll take you closer, I also have a mat in here. It has a rubber back, and when I need to do a full clean, what I will do is just pull that out, and that keeps it from not coming in contact with the very bottom of my coop. So I can literally just power wash that or hose it off, scrape it off, whatever I need to do, and it's just so much easier to clean, especially if you put a layer of that dust on top of it. But it's not smelling bad, it's really dry, so I'm not going to do a total clean today. But I am going to put a fresh layer of the wood shavings on top, the pine shavings. You can use different things for the inside, but I love using pine shavings because that mixed with the chicken poop makes amazing compost for my garden, and it breaks down really quick, really easily, and it just kind of creates a good, happy relationship between the chickens and the garden. And then they of course get all the rotten fruit and stuff we don't get to, so they kind of feed each other a bit. So I'm actually out of the dust right now, and I went to get some yesterday and they were sold out. So just pretend I've sprinkled that down as like my normal routine. But yeah, I'm gonna now put in some more wood chips. I'm gonna do the most in the nesting boxes to keep eggs clean, and then I will fill up their food, and then we'll move on to the wood chips for the inside. Okay, so here is the inside. The chickens are gonna spread that out how they like it, and then the same for the nesting boxes. One thing I realized I didn't cover, as far as if you're thinking of a chicken coop and what to add, is you always need, you all are loud, you always need ventilation. And because I was trying to be bougie, I actually got windows that have screens, and so what I'll do is in the spring and fall I will have, here, I might show you on the inside. Well, I can't open them with one hand, so you'll just have to imagine, but I will open one window in the spring and fall. I close both of them in the winter when it's really cold, and then I have both of them open in the summer, and that allows ventilation, air circulation, and all that. So we keep our feed in these metal trash cans so that mice and rats and stuff can get to it. And I do 1 scoop of this deluxe kind of blend. It's more expensive. And then we'll do, I guess this one's not open, 1 to 3 scoops of layer crumbles. And I normally buy non-GMO, organic, like pretty decent layer crumbles for them. But I went to 2 different stores yesterday and they were out, so I got what I could. But normally this is a non-GMO organic blend, and this is cheaper than that, but I have found they laid the best when I do that kind of ratio. So let's get that in my bucket. So here's what it looks like full. So I just do 3 scoops of the layer crumble, 1 scoop of the deluxe feed, and just keep repeating that till the bucket's full. So I usually just pour some on the ground so that they let me do the inside feed a lot easier. I already fed them this morning. I promised them not to. Okay, so now it is time to use this wonderful compost we just got out of the new bird sound. Sorry, it's squirrel. Gonna use this compost to cover up where I had planted garlic. You can see right here, it's already sprouting. I covered half of it when I came out to plant up to here, and it's already starting to sprout through. But then I got sick and kind of forgot about it. Didn't have great manure at the time. Cover that guy back up. So now we have this. I can finish the job and stop guilting myself about it. All right, I know that looks a little high now, but as soon as it rains, it'll flatten out a whole lot. I realized I hadn't explained this, and some of you all might be confused. So we currently live in a neighborhood that was originally, I mean, it still is our house, but that's originally all of our first property. And then this farmland behind our house came up for sale, and we purchased it. And it's about, I think it's 4.8 acres. So we put a gate in and my super messy winter garden. But our land goes all the way down to this road here, and it's longer on that side, and there's a creek down at the bottom. So that's our situation. I know it's a little confusing. This is my pile of wood chips. I have tree people come and drop it off so that they don't have to dispose of it elsewhere. It's not been treated or anything. It's just where someone cut down some trees and chipped it and then dropped a load here. So I'm just gonna take probably 3 wheelbarrows full up to the chicken area and dump that out, and then we'll fill up their water and we'll be totally done. So I put wood chips here on the outside entrance where it was muddy. Started to fill this back up, realized there's a hole in it, so I'm gonna hold off on that. Refilled the water and just kind of added more wood chips all around here so that their feet can be more dry. And I forgot to video me bringing out our teenage chickens here. My two oldest girls got these for Christmas from their cousins. I know the crested one is a cookies and cream breed. It's like a new specialty breed. I hadn't heard of it before, but I'm very excited because it's our very first crested. I don't know if you can tell, she's still developing. This is Janet. She is a little cheeky and doesn't know about personal space, so you'll probably see lots more of Janet in the future. I was told this other one is a blue egg layer, but she doesn't have blue earrings. Like these little dots next to her eye are not blue, and those usually tell you what color egg that the chicken will lay. I think it might be a blue Rhode Island, but I'm not sure. I have some other blue Rhode Islands, and I feel like that's what she looks like. But anyway, today's their first day outside, and how I like to kind of assimilate them into the flock is put them into a dog cage. I put the food straight on the ground so that they learn to scratch with water in there as well. I know it's not going to rain today. The high is 44, so it's a good day for them to come out. Basically, I'll put them up inside the garage at night and then let them out here until they're a little bit bigger and the other chickens don't seem as interested in them. And then I'll let them out and they'll just hang out with the other chickens. And for the first 2 weeks, I'll make sure that they got into the coop at night. But once they're trained to the coop, they're good to go. I also put some wood chips over here where it was getting kind of muddy, and put my daughter's stool back, and I went ahead and put the eggs back in the nesting box. Who's in here? I hear someone. She got bashful and walked out. But I thought my daughter would enjoy getting the eggs when she gets back. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. If you all have any questions about coop setup or chickens, I will do my best to answer them. I know my chicken setup is definitely a lot of bit extra, but I did that knowing that's what it was, so I feel like that's okay. But I also want to make it clear, turning off my water. Well, that's just great. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, I got that fixed. It's always something, isn't it? But anyway, thank you for joining me today. For clarification purposes, I don't just feed and water my chickens and collect eggs on a quarterly basis, but that happened to need to be done at the same time to kind of do some coop maintenance and put out some wood chips and all that. So yeah, I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you next time.